XRP is unfolding as anticipated, following perfect textbook Elliott wave and Fibonacci chart patterns, which measures the psychology. So if you want to see what's likely to occur next, make sure you watch this video. And if you like the content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been trading currencies for over 15 years, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. And today, and now, we focus exclusively on crypto and blockchain. Love this stuff. So if you saw my last video, it was posted on September 4th. We said, look, with XRP, it's following this textbook Elliott wave pattern. And if you're not familiar with Elliott wave, I cover it in my free masterclass, Elliott wave and Fibonacci masterclass. But just a quick recap. This is how charts tend to unfold, and we're looking for these patterns. Often, it's around 50% of the time we'll see these patterns, and when they do unfold like this, we want to use that information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the way up, and then we expect an A, B, C correction. That's what we're going to look at with reference to XRP today. So here we saw a nice 1, 2, 3, and what we said was a 4, and this arrow to the upside, it said, look, we should expect a next leg up before we see a correction. So let's see how it unfolded. So let's jump into a live chart of XRP. So that last video, we said the red arrow was down here. Said, look, there's downward movement. That's what we were talking about down here, this one here. And then we said we should expect this leg up, which we got like textbook, right? And we projected this in advance. That's really, really important. With Elliott wave and Fibonacci is leading indicators, which allows you to see what's likely to occur next, so you can plan proper risk management, profit taking, and putting it all together. So let's just quickly do a recap. Why did we believe that it was going to have this final leg up, which it did? It just unfolded perfectly. Well, again, Elliott wave theory says psychology of buying and selling. More often than not, you'll see a 5-wave structure like this. That's what we got. We even did our projections of price. We said, look, it's likely. I was just going to do the basic one. I covered the detailed ones in my masterclass. And one very common ratio is this 62% region. And it got close to this. If we probably go to the bar chart, we might even have tagged it. Yeah, it's close, it's close. And the minimum that tends to occur with a wave 5 is a 38.2%. In crypto, I found it's more often 62 and 100%. But here you can see it tags this green line perfectly. And there's a confirming indicator, which I cover in the masterclass. It's called the external retracement, where we can measure this wave 4. And there's two key ratios where a wave 5 frequently will end, and we want to be aware of this, is the 1.618 and the 1.272. And what this tells us ahead of time is this is likely to be a wave 5 high, right? A wave 5 high on this macro degree. So what's next? What should we anticipate next? Well, that's what we're going to focus on today. Let me just change this up so we're really clear. We can also move these waves now so it doesn't distract us too much. We want to now look at this part of the market. What's likely to occur here? All right, firstly, let's just jump into a weekly chart, top left. Keep my weekly in my top left. This is the exact same thing that we're just looking at, but the thing I want to pay attention to is the weekly momentum. I use an indicator called the stochastics RSI. Very simple, very clean, and it just helps us measure the momentum of the market. Is it going up or is it going down? Now, because the blue line is below the red, it said we should expect sideways to down for the next few weeks. Really, really important. And now that coincides with this 5-wave Elliott wave pattern. And as we just saw, a Fibonacci price zone. Very, very important, very, very powerful. We can also get rid of this one as well, because that one's a bit of an outlier. All right, so now I'm going to give you like a map, like a story, which is predictable. Doesn't mean it's going to come out that way. Have you ever watched a movie where you're like, I know what's going to happen? It's highly probable this is going to happen, and then it happens. But there are other times you think it's going to happen, and then there's a twist. Sometimes crypto can be like that, and markets can be like that. We're going to look at the probability of what's likely to occur next, because we're in the probability game, not the certainty game. So let's just do, first of all, a typical price retracement. So we're going to measure this low to this high. Most corrections, again, we're going with probability, most of the time reach at least 50%, 62 or 78.6. As we get more information and data, we will be able to kind of peg more closely what's more likely to occur. And really what's going to give us that information is if the price goes a little bit higher and then comes down like this, then we can get a bit more information on what's likely to occur. But we're also at this stage with the information that we have, we can do a price analysis, sorry, time analysis. More often than not, the minimum time for a correction to occur is 50% of the previous move to the upside. So this is the previous move to the upside. How long has that taken? It's taken this amount of time, just drawing it as a red line. And then if we take 50% of that, so I'm just going to guess half, roughly here, and we project that forward, that's what this blue line is. And if we project it 100% forward, that's what this red line is, right? And that's these Fibonacci time ratios. Really, really important, very powerful. Why? Because it gives us information ahead of time. Because if you're buying XRP, or you bought XRP, you may, and you don't want to hold during this downward period, then you might need to consider your profit-taking strategy. Or if you're a long-term holder of XRP, you can look at the wider picture and go, okay, what's likely to occur next is short-term, and it will coincide with what's likely to happen with Bitcoin as well. Short-term, we'll probably see an A, B, C style correction. It'll more than likely coincide with this momentum indicator. If you look at the momentum, it's deeply overbought. When we get a bearish reversal, when the blue line crosses below the red, it will probably coincide with this high here. And then the next reversal up will probably be towards the end of a correction. If it does unfold this way, what I'm seeing is that the momentum will continue to the upside, right? So we got a pullback and then a correction. Why am I saying this? It's classic Elliott wave Fibonacci theory. Ralph Nelson Elliott back in the 1800s, mid 1800s, early 1900s, figured this stuff out with the markets, and they respond to Fibonacci ratios. And again, the thing I'm really focused on is this, right? This part, it looks like this correction is happening on a smaller time scale, or we can look at it like this, and then we should have a continuation of the upward movement. So there you have it. There you have it. So be aware of the downward movement, but then over on a macro picture, we should see what I'm seeing is a wave 1, a wave 2 on a macro picture. And then this down here looks to me like on a lesser degree count. When you take my Fibonacci, I don't know if I cover it in the masterclass, but you have an opportunity to buy some of my courses. And at the moment, they're really, really cheap. Anyway, Fibonacci, and I show you how to do this. Because I only normally do around 7 videos a week. So I want you to be able to have the skill set to do this yourself. But what tends to happen next is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. That's what I'm seeing as a macro picture for XRP. Summarize, let's just zoom right the way back in. Let's get ultra focused because I know you want the information of what's likely to happen now. Well, now is here. We seem to be on this wave A. I'm just going to draw it out clearly so there's no, you got it really, really clear. It looks like this is a wave A. We should find some type of wave B. And then we'll get at least, more than likely, highly probable, a wave C. And if it does unfold this way, we can reevaluate and look at the market and see what's likely to happen next. So there you have it. Take the free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci Masterclass. It will teach you how to do this. You know, I love this stuff, but it's so powerful. I can't emphasize with big altcoins or, you know, even Bitcoin, but even the younger projects which are listing as IDOs, initial DEX offerings, you know, when they start moving, this also applies on different time scales. So it's really, really powerful. And I recommend that you learn this skill, not only for the immediate term, but, you know, for the years to come, because crypto is here to stay. So there you have it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. XRP, be prepared for the correction, but also be prepared for the bigger move to the upside. All right, see you soon.